Is the way we want to play the game, gentlemen. We ask that we may be able to do our best, and our success will be in proportion to the effort put forth. Gentlemen, you know what that means. Effort, let's go!
Now there's that right, you bet no sweat, come go to the show, so pleasant place, come here we do, how that jet, Rosen, yep, authority!
This is Bill Flemming welcoming you to football's most exciting moment, Big Ten, Big Time. Brought to you by Kmart, where you'll find satisfaction always. A rich tradition and proud heritage surround Big Ten football. These values have endured the tempests of changing times. Over the years, the proper balance of athletic and academic excellence has made the Big Ten big time. The Big Ten once again led the country in total attendance. More than 3.25 million fans enjoyed big-time Big Ten entertainment. Nationally, Ohio State, Michigan, and Wisconsin finished 1, 2, 3 in football attendance. And a record NCAA crowd of more than 104,000 fans witnessed the Ohio State-Michigan game. This year, the accent was on offense. The men who make an offense operate are the quarterbacks. And the Big Ten had some standouts. There was Craig Curry at Minnesota. Neil Graff from Wisconsin. Iowa's Frank Sunderman. Ted McNulty from Indiana. Northwestern's Maury Daigneault. Mike Wells of Illinois. Don Lampka, Ohio State. But the top-rated quarterback in the conference was Gary Danielson, who combined with Purdue's leading rusher, Otis Armstrong, to score against Michigan. A junior quarterback, Danielson's specialty, the long bomb, worked for 66 yards to Darrell Stingley in the Boilermakers' heart-stopper with Michigan. Danielson and Stingley stung Minnesota with a 76-yarder. Stingley's total yardage and average gain per reception of 19 yards were tops in the conference. Stingley was tied with his teammate Rick Sayers for second place in the conference in pass receptions. The trio of Danielson, Stingley, and Sayers accounted for more than 1,000 yards passing. Number 10, Craig Curry of Minnesota, was the total offense leader in the Big Ten. Curry passed for 1,208 yards, and this was his longest. It covered 73 yards to George Hansa against Michigan. Curry's pass to Mel Anderson brought Minnesota victory over Wisconsin in the final 12 seconds of play. This was the second consecutive season Curry led the Big Ten in total offense. Through running and passing, he amassed 1,401 yards. Northwestern's Maury Daigneault gained more yardage passing than any other Big Ten quarterback, and Jim Lash was one of his primary targets. Daigneault utilized all the weapons in a passer's arsenal while throwing for 1,386 yards. Northwestern also had the Big Ten's top receiver, number 21, Barry Pearson. In all, Pearson made 42 receptions for 581 yards. Iowa's Frank Sunderman will return at quarterback. And happily for the Hawkeyes, Sunderman's favorite receiver, Jerry Reardon, will also be back. When Indiana met Wisconsin, Ted McNulty helped Alan Dick gain entry into the Big Ten record book. Prior to this game, Dick, believe it or not, had never caught a pass. He caught 3 for touchdowns against the Badgers to tie a conference record. A pair of juniors, Mike Wells, number 12, and tight end Jim Rux, combined to give Illinois its first touchdown of the season. The Illini enthusiasm was the key factor in their amazing finish. Neil Graff engineered Wisconsin's upset of Michigan State, as well as its longest scoring play of the season, a 75-yard strike to junior flanker Tim Klosek. For pure excitement, the pair of Graff and number 89 Al Hanna gave Badger rooters an eyeful. Frank Colch shared quarterbacking chores at Michigan State, but no matter who threw the ball, Billy Joe Dupre provided a massive target. Colch will be back, along with number 42 sophomore split end Mike Purd. Ohio State has a history of disdaining the forward pass. Don Lamka ran more often than he threw. Plagued by a chronic shoulder condition, Lamka passed only when necessary. And usually to number 91 Dick Wakefield, who beat Minnesota with this reception. Michigan employed the passing game sparingly too. When the Wolverines did throw, it was Bo Raffet, a junior split end, who shocked the defenders. Alone extended Ohio State's reputation for producing All-Americans. Exceptionally quick off the ball, DeLone specialized in cutting off the pursuit. 235-pound pulling guard Reggie McKenzie, number 65, made All-American for his blocking on Michigan's crushing power sweep. Minnesota tight end Doug Kingsrider, number 83, was an accomplished blocker too. And the 6'2" junior was the Golden Gophers' leading receiver. Michigan's Billy Taylor scored 10 touchdowns and gained 959 yards. His biggest thrill was scoring the winning touchdown against Ohio State behind a classic block by Fritz Seifert. That was the play which sent Taylor and the Wolverines to Pasadena, California, where more than 100,000 spectators were held spellbound by the colossus of collegiate football, the Rose Bowl. Michigan and Stanford waged war in a fierce manner. far different from the first Rose Bowl game in 1902, in which the Wolverines overwhelmed the Indians 49-0. Fritz Seifert punched across a fourth quarter touchdown, which gave Michigan the lead. Stanford tied the game as Jackie Brown streaked 24 yards to make the score 10-10. Michigan gained the advantage for the third time when Ed Shuttlesworth nailed Jim Ferguson for a safety. It was now 12-10. Then, under tremendous pressure, Don Bunce engineered a desperate Stanford rally. Little Rod Garcia kicked a 31-yard field goal with 12 seconds to play to upset Michigan 13-12 in one of the most exciting games ever played. Eric Allen of Michigan State was something special in a conference filled with talented players. He weighed less than 170 pounds. He was the smallest running back in the Big Ten, but he carried the ball more often for more yardage than anybody else. He was everybody's All-American, but Eric Allen's most meaningful award was being named the most valuable player in the Big Ten. To the fan, the team, and the individual player, football enthusiasm and emotion were manifested in many different styles. The important thing is that they were involved. They were part of the scene. They experienced a big time in the Big Ten.